let us take a seat, prepare for our meditation. And right here, right now, let's just take a breath. And another. And one more. And as we breathe in, we breathe out love. We breathe in happiness. We breathe out joy. We breathe in perfect health. We breathe out divine health. And as we breathe in fear, we breathe out faith. We breathe in frustration. We breathe out harmony. We take in a breath that we don't like, and we breathe out something that's in us that goes out into the world and touch others. And as we're touching others, we're touching ourselves, because I am you, you are me. We are each other. And as we take our places to do our morning meditation, we pick a place that's peaceful, calm, harmony. There's harmony, there's joy, there's happiness, there's love. The sound of water always gives us the feeling of cleanliness, of cleaning, of letting go. So as we sit in the midst of the ocean or your garden with a fountain, just allow that sound of the water, cool, clear, clean water from the waterfalls. Picture a waterfall. Listen. And that's the water does what it's been ordained to do, and that's continue to flow. We allow those sounds to flow within our minds, cleaning out all negativity, all doubt, all worry, all fear. And as we sit and listen to Spirit and the flow of the water, flow of the fountain, flow of the ocean, the waves, there's nothing else to think about. We just allow it to be. Flowing in, flowing out. Even the rain, allowing it to be. And we just marvel in the vastness, serenity, the divineness of water. Without water, there's no life. For us, for the flowers, the trees, birds, bees, we all have to have it to survive. So allow the water to penetrate your mind as you commune with Spirit. And as we come back into the room, our minds are still. We're filled with peace, joy, love, happiness. We're calm. We're patient. We're ready for the day, and we know that all is well. I'm thankful, and I let it be. And let us all say, and so it is.
This little light of mine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Deep down in my heart. Down in my heart. I'm gonna let it shine. Down in my heart. I'm gonna let it shine. Down in my heart. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. All around the world. All around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let's hug someone. Love you too. How you I'm Reverend Joan J. Cox, and it is my joy and privilege to welcome all of you to the Art of Living Church of Religious Science. And I would like to introduce you to our wonderful band. We have some guests here. Fantastic. On the piano, we have Herman Jackson. Let's give him a hand. Herman Jackson, yes. And on drums, we have fantastic Otis Hayes. And now we have the man with the plan in charge of the band, Mr. Kevin Brandon. And our guest artist for today, it says the AOL band, but I see someone else. I see Mr. Sherwood Sledge. Just give him a hand. Our theme for the month of October is the law of attraction. Today's topic is, are you ready? And our speaker for today is our one and only Reverend Dorothy Watts. Let's give her a hand. Our prayer team, our meditation team, was led by Reverend Cinderetha Clay, and she will provide our reading and opening prayer. Let's give her a hand. Thank you for your opening prayer this morning. And our visual will be by, Audrey Phillips. Let's give her a hand. Being dedicated, thank you. And they will be holding the congregation in prayer. The ecclesiastic team holding vigil and giving the opening prayer will be available to pray with you after the service. And any of the ministers and practitioners will also be available to you after the service. And you are encouraged to meet with any one of them to allow yourself to be uplifted in prayer treatment. Now, do we have, and I see we don't have any guests here for the first time, even though I see Reverend Ann Jeffries here. I didn't see the first time she came, but let's stand. Just give her a hand. Let's give you a hand for being here. Thank you for being here today. Okay, so I will read the purpose and mission statement for all of you, and it is in the bulletin. So read along with me. The Art of Living Church is here to provide a spiritual environment of opportunities where each individual can develop spiritually for personal and worldwide improvement. For we believe that life itself is an art form. Our purpose is to evolve and reveal the art of living spiritually through the teaching of the universal principle of love. And now I will read our affirmation for today. So sit up straight and go within and listen to each word. Go within for yourself. Today I trust life. I know that I am one with the infinite power of God. My well-being, happiness, and wholeness are of its nature. Spirit indwells, surrounds, and enfolds me as I create the joyous experiences of my life with great anticipation. Thought by thought, I embrace my own creativity. I take charge of my thinking and make positive choices. I have confidence in my ability to choose and decide, knowing that the divine intelligence within me guides and directs me every step of the way. And together let us say, and so it is. And this was written by our very own Dr. O.C. Smith. And now it is our meditation time.
Good morning. I'm reading from 365, Science of Mind, A Year of Daily Wisdom from Ernest Holmes. October 1, 2017. Every worthy desire of my heart is fulfilled. When the dawn breaks and the shadows flee, when the hills are touched with the rosy glow of the sun's first rays, I wake to the thought that I am one with all life. I lift mine eyes to the eastern sky and sing with the joy of one who beholds the eternal presence in everything. I permit my mind to become saturated with the divine ideal. In everything I do, I sense the divine presence sustaining, upholding, and guiding me. I rejoice in my unity with all power. I know that I am not isolated from the all good, but I am one with it. I know that there is a divine pilot steering my boat safely to a harbor of peace, to an environment of happiness, and to a haven of good. Therefore, I am not afraid, even when the billows roll and the wind sweeps by, for there is a divine hand guiding my ship. There is an invisible presence at the wheel. I lift the sails of faith and let the winds of love fill them with the mighty power of the divine presence. My boat rides upon a sea of pure spirit and finds safe anchorage everywhere, always. I am guided by divine intelligence, which goes before me and makes perfect my way. I have a divine right to the above fear, impoverishment, and limitation. Today, I exercise dominion over my environment, over every circumstance and condition that I contact. The joy of life flows into my thought and work. Peace and harmony attend everything I do. Love and protection are ever present. Today I know that every worthy desire of my heart is fulfilled. And as we prepare for the morning treatment, with eyes closed if you choose, hands in upright position for receptivity. I know that right here, right now, all is well in my life, in your life, and in the lives of others. As we just marvel in the moment, which is all we have right here, right now, this moment, the present moment. And we know that all is well in our lives, all is as it would be. The divine is working in our lives. Woke us up this morning, made us get up, get on our way. And we're feeling good, we're feeling great. We know that there is a divine presence in this universe. There is a divine presence in our hearts, in everyone's heart. There is that power that Ernest Holmes been telling us about. There is, if we believe. And I know that the divine presence goes before me, goes before you to make your way clear. And as we see our way clear, we can assist others to see their way and to know that all is well, all is well, all is well. And I'm thankful to stand here and welcome everyone under the sound of my voice, and know that you will not leave here today without some inspiration and knowledge of who and what you are. Thankful that Reverend Dorothy Watts will be bringing us the message, knowing that she always brings us the word of wisdom, peace, joy, and happiness. And I'm praying for all of those who are not here but on their way, knowing that they will get here because their way has also been made clear. I'm thankful for this opportunity to stand here and say, thank you, Father, for this this present day. This is the day the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And as I allow this treatment, this prayer, to leave this place, I know that it will not return to me void. I'm thankful for this. I know it to be true. And let us all say, and so it is. Amen.
And so let us remain in this consciousness and sing together the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom is come. Thy will is done on earth as it is in heaven. You give us this day our daily bread, and you forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. You lead us not into temptation. You deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
I want to bring forth someone we know and love and welcome him back. Mr. Sherwood Sledge, just give him a round of applause.
One in B flat. One in B flat. His song.
Open up my heart. Where is it?
Go ahead.
I'm looking. I'm alone in this world. It's just me and you. I feel so lost, 'cause I don't know what to do. Now what if I choose the wrong thing to do? I'm so afraid of disappointing you. I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my life seems so cloudy. Guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart. Ooh, my hopes and dreams are fading fast. I'm all burnt out and I don't think my strength is gonna last. So I'm crying out to you, Lord. I know you're the only one who's able to pull me through. I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my life seems so cloudy. Guide me until I'm sure I'll open up my heart. So show me how to do things your way. Don't let me make the same mistake over and over again. Your will be done, and I'll be the one to make sure it's carried out. And in me, I don't want no doubt. So I want to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my life is so cloudy. Guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart. I open up my heart. I give my heart to you. I give my soul to you. I give my life to you. Yes, I do. Use me, Lord, in your service. Use me, Lord, in your service. Try me one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time. I'm asking you to guide me. Guide me, guide me, guide me, Lord. Guide me, Lord. Guide me, Lord. Guide me, Lord. I want to talk to you. And I ask you for your guidance, especially today when my life seems so cloudy. Guide me until I'm sure I open up my
sure would. Get down, sure would. Let's give him another round of applause. Thank you. Wow, we're on our way this morning. Everything's so wonderful. We feel so good. At least I do. I hope it radiates to you guys, because I feel great. And now I want to introduce to you someone you know and love, someone who's around and about and in and out, and you have so many hats around here. We just love her so much. And we want to bring her to the podium, our senior minister, Reverend Dorothy Watts. Let's give her a round of applause.
I love that song because it's so true. You didn't wake yourself up this morning. You were touched by God. The breath of life came through you, and you stepped on out. And you said, AOL, here I come. Welcome home, family. Okay, so I want to ask you today, my topic is, are you ready? Ready for what? Are you ready? For all the good that you desire, to live the life that's full of prosperity, to have joy that's all around you, to feel God's goodness surrounding you. Are you ready? Yes. Because if you're not ready, it can't happen. You got to be ready. Okay. So, you know you've got the power. We've talked about that. You have that creative magnetic power within you. And we're going to talk about that too a little bit today. So, I want to say it's a joy to be with you today. I see so many beautiful faces out there, and I'm looking around. I also want to thank Reverend Joan for being a great facilitator and your great introduction that you gave me. I really thank you, because I thought you were talking about Reverend Dolores Sheila or even Reverend Cindy. I kept looking around. Maybe Dr. Shipman back there, or Dr. Gloria, I don't know. I don't know which one of them you might have been talking about, but I was certainly pleased to find out it was me. Thank you so much. Or maybe Yolanda, I'm not sure. Okay, I want to thank Reverend Cinderetha Clay for her beautiful meditation this morning. If you missed out, you ought to come back and catch it on our website and look at her, because she's going to be out there giving you the meditation of the morning and her beautiful opening prayer. I want to thank all the people that are serving here today. Thank you, David, for the water. Thank you, Tariq Sahali, for your editing and your filming and what you're doing for us as well. So good morning, everybody. How you feeling today? Great. You look beautiful. Let's get some energy going. I love your smiling faces. So what do we say? Do you know what today is? This is the day of the Lord. Let us rejoice and be glad. Oh, you ought to feel the fire welling up in you. Let's go. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it, and you will find it. All right, Reverend Cindy, come on out with it. Now I want you to turn to the people on each side of you and say namaste. Turn again and say, the God in me salutes the God in you. Okay, so now we all know you're God's property. GP, God's property up in here, okay? Are you with me? Yes. All right. Now, this is the month of October, and in our teaching in the month of October, the word for October is Fulfillment, I like that. Now, if you're looking at it, we're going to go through that in a minute, but you'll get it from the 365 Daily Wisdom from Ernest Holmes. And that's one of my references for today. Also, I'm going to talk about Louise Hayes. I might touch on The Secret, Wallace D. Wattles, and a few other things. Okay. But what I want to say right now is in our teaching, we talk about always remembering the mental mirror. So when I'm talking up here, I'm talking to myself. You just happen to be sitting there, right? But you all have these mental mirrors that you have. Take a look at yourself. See yourself in what I'm talking about. See how these things can help you. I'm saying this because as a young person, I sat in church thinking that the minister was talking about somebody else. Well, how would I know? I was young. They said, don't do these things. Well, I'm saying they shouldn't. I'm young. But now I know it's to look into myself. And so I tell people, look into yourself. See what's in your mirror, okay? Don't look at mine. Please don't look at mine. You might find yourself at aquatic therapy wondering, how did I get in this water? Better come on up, okay? Now, on page 291 of The Science of Mind, 365 Days of Wisdom by Ernest Holmes. Ernest Holmes says, whenever the universe makes a demand upon itself, out of that very demand is created its fulfillment. So whenever the word is spoken, whatever is put out there to be done, it's done. That's it. Now, every thought sets the fulfillment of its desire in motion, and mind sees the thing is already done. He already says that. That's talking about you and me too, right? Every thought sets what? In motion. And then what happens? You either like the results or you don't, right? He doesn't talk about that. I'm going to say that, okay? All right. Now, Malachi 3:10 says, bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house, and prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open up the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive. Do you believe that? Yes. If you're a tither, I know you do. I'm a tither, I do. And there have been so many wonderful things that have happened for me and my family that I can't begin to describe it. I couldn't have been there to do certain things, but I know God was there. When you tithe, you never know where the blessing is going or who's going to receive it, but believe you me, it's coming to you in one way or the other. Now, I want to talk about something that's a true story, if you'll just let me indulge. It's a little something I heard the other day. And it's called Times Are Changing. Times are changing whether you believe it or not. You know, I overheard an interesting conversation one day at the pool. You see, I take aquatic therapy, and while being in the dressing room, I couldn't help but overhear two ladies talking. And they were saying things that I normally don't hear around the pool because they don't talk in that direction. You know what I'm saying? They're very traditional, nothing against that, but it's all about Jesus and the devil. You know, they're usually talking in that direction, and I don't know why the devil did this, stuff like that. But I bless them because I know how they feel, and I move on. I don't get involved in trying to change people's minds. You believe what you want, and as your consciousness expands, your thinking may change. But here's what happened that made me listen up. What they were saying was they were fed up with people making poor choices and blaming others in their lives or the devil for the consequences. So, you know, I perked up. So there must be some of my people out here. I couldn't believe it. So it said, so the story goes like this. One of the ladies was talking to her friend, and she said that she had loaned another friend and her husband some money. They had a store, and they needed some money to buy inventory to replace some of their goods. So she said she didn't mind. She loaned it to them, and she never had a problem before. But this time, she hadn't received her money. So she picked up the phone to call them, to let them know that, you know, maybe just a reminder that maybe they forgot. And so she was telling her friend that she gave him a call, but she wasn't prepared for the response she got. She said when she called, the husband answered the phone, and she explained, asked how everybody was doing, and she said, I hate to bother you, but I haven't received my payment this month, and I was wondering, if you guys forgot. And she said there was a long pause. I know you're not calling here with that stuff. Now, I know you're not going to let the devil rob your joy today. That ain't nothing but the devil working on your mind. Don't you let that devil come into your life and start this nonsense. You know God gives you everything you need, and if you needed money, you'd have money. You don't need to call here for that. That's the devil messing up your day. She said, the lady said, well, what did you say? She said, well, I had to wait for a minute. She said, I told him. She told him, I didn't lend no money to the devil. I loaned my money to you and your wife. She said, but since you brought him into it, all three of you can pay me. So, I'm listening. So the lady said, what did he say? She said it was a long time, and he came back on the line, and he said, okay, well, I'll bring it by there today. And so she said, this is making me think about my life and the teachings and what I believe. She said, because I can't follow people that blame other people for their problems. She said, there's just no time in my life for this right now. So by that time I was dressed and I came out the door and I saw one of the ladies talking with her that used to attend City of Angels. And she kind of put her head down when she saw me. And so she said, amen. I said, and so it is. I stepped on through the door. I wasn't touching any of that, okay? But times are changing. The mask is coming off. People are seeing things the way they are these days. They don't want you blaming somebody else. I just thought I would share that with you because it's a true story. I didn't even have any room in that for this. I said, where am I going to put it? Just tell it. It's the truth. Truth is the truth, right? Okay. This month we are discussing the law of attraction. So how do we define the law of attraction? We talked about it before. And the law of attraction is the attractive magnetic power. It's a creative power of the universe. It draws similar energies to you. And it manifests through the power of creation everywhere in multiple ways. Even the law of gravity is a part of the law of attraction. The law attracts thoughts, ideas, people, situations, and circumstances. Therefore, we know that the law of attraction manifests through your thoughts. By drawing to you the thoughts and ideas that are similar with other people. Now, I know that we talk about the movie The Secret, but what about What the Bleep Do We Know? Do you remember seeing that movie? How the lady went to the party feeling good. She had a few drinks. Pretty soon, the man that had had a few drinks was drawn right to her, right? They couldn't figure out how they woke up later on in the same bed together. Like attracts like. But I'm not going into that, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, Reverend Dolores, that was the movie. But they showed these endorphins when you take a drink, how these things are jumping off of your body in the unseen presence. You can't see these things, but they're all around you. You can't see it. You can't. It's like very tiny. If you want to follow some of that, deal with deGrasse Tyson, right? Neil deGrasse Tyson. He says he has physics for people that are on the run. And he breaks down all kind of stuff like this, but it's also in What the Bleep Do We Know. But what I'm saying now is that these circumstances and interests come into your lives, and they come in a multitude of ways. You find people who like basketball are where? At the basketball game, right? You find people tired of 45 are kneeling and standing and joining hands together, and owners are standing with it, and they're moving on, right? Am I on point? Covered it all, right? Okay. So now we're thinking about that. Let me give you a few scriptures. Now, some of you already know Proverbs 23:7. It says, for as a man thinketh, so is he. If I listen to her story, it's as a woman thinketh, so is she. Now, Matthew 7:7 says, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be opened to you. Isn't that the secret? All of those things will apply. But my favorite is Mark 9:23. Everything is possible to him who believes, or to her who believes. But the belief must be there, right? Now, repeat after me. I am one with all there is. I am one with all there is. Truth stated in its simplest matter. Truth stated in its simplest matter. God is all there is. God is all there is. Okay? That's all that lady was talking about when she wanted her money, right? All right. Now, I was going to pass out a handout. The Spirit told me don't do the handout, to tell you to take out a pen and write this down. I know you got some paper. All of you come to church with a little paper. Paper. Let's have some fun here this morning. You know, I like energy. I like to keep people moving, right? Isn't that right? Yeah. Right, Captain Nate? All right. Now, if you have your pen, just nod your head or just let me know. You ready? You ready, Carol? Okay. I want you to write down this. God is able to do. God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we ask or think. I'll repeat it again. And for some of you who want a handout, I have it after church, but I want to get this in you for a reason. I want you to follow me here. God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we ask or think. That's Ephesians 3:20. Now, I've been talking with a few other ministers, and in their church, they've been trying something that we haven't worked on here yet, but I'm going to start today. I like the fact that they have declarations, and they take a verse and they declare it. And they said people have had some good things happening in their lives. Where they were depressed, they've been uplifted. Where they had a problem, they turned to their scripture and they're okay. But we're going to stand on it in this way. I want you to say, I declare, Ephesians 3:20 over my life. God will do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that I ask or think. Because I honor him. I put God first. His blessings will chase me down and overtake me. I'm surrounded by that light of God. I will always be in the right place at the right time. People will go out of their way to be courteous and good to me. I am surrounded by God's favor, God's goodness, and God's joy. This is my declaration. I speak this truth into my life. Now, anybody coming upon you with a different attitude, you turn and say, I declare Ephesians 3:20 over your life, okay? And I'll guarantee you their attitude and mood will change. Now, once again, our theme for the month is the law of attraction. My topic is, are you ready? When you say something like that, do you feel like you're ready? You're ready for life. You peel off the mask. You're moving through. And you're headed on down life's highway with an abundance of joy in your heart, knowing that goodness is forever right there for you. Now, so you know you've got the power. It's your creative magnetic power. Now, I've said it before, and I'm going to go through it again. Everything in your life and the lives of those around you is affected by what? The law of attraction. It's the basis for all of your experiences that come into your life. Understanding how this thing works is significant because it helps you to live your life on purpose. The law of attraction says that which is like unto itself you are drawn to. Okay. Now, you remember being young and you wanted to hang out with those people that your mother didn't want you to hang out with? You remember that, right? Hang out with your friends, hang out with your girls. And your grandmother would say, Cinderita, birds of a feather flock together. You're not flocking with that group, okay? And they meant it. Robert, you will not be going with those boys. That's not who you'll be with. Now, we didn't know at the time they were practicing the law of attraction. We just felt like Stevie Wonder. We better do what we're supposed to do, right? Because he couldn't hang out with them hoodlum friends of his either. before mama break out that belt, right? Now that was back in the day when people could discipline their children. I know my mother created a ride that I had not even been on, Magic Mountain. But when she turned me loose, I went from D's to A's and B's. I learned how to be quiet in school and cooperate with teachers. That's why I'm up here today. She said, when I finish with you, you'll be able to stand at any podium and speak because you're going to pay attention. I remember that to this day. You hear something? You okay? You all right? Is somebody calling Dolores? Somebody calling Reverend Dolores? No? They're coming for you. They're coming. Okay. In the movie The Secret, I'm going to get into that. They play this picture that you want you to put in your mind. They tell you to focus, and to get the results, you have to visualize, right? So you rehearse the future. You visualize. You see it. You feel it. And this is where the action begins. So now, before I ask you to close your eyes, I want you to think about the one thing you want in your life more than anything. What's that one thing? Before you close your eyes, I want you to declare it. What is that one thing? Everybody got that one thing? Okay, now I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to visualize what you already want, that you have it. And the feelings that go with having it already. I want you to feel it, enjoy it. Whether it's companionship, a car, whatever it may be, a new home, whatever that space or place may be, you're just blessing it and just seeing yourself with it and sharing your love with it, and you're so grateful for it. You're so grateful that you already have it. The image is in your mind. You see yourself enjoying it. You're giving thanks for it. You're going to release it to the universe, knowing that the universe will manifest it. So as you open your eyes, you claim that good. See it in your life. It's done. It's done. It's yours. Now, everybody talks about the secret book. I want you to take a step back in time with me. Rhonda Byrne, whether you knew it or not, was standing on the shoulders of Wallace Wattles. Wallace Wattles wrote The Science of Getting Rich, and he wrote The Secret Behind the Secret, and she says she used his book to a great degree. He lived from 1860 to 1911, and he wrote a lot of books, but he was never appreciated in his lifetime. He died thinking that his books had failed, one failure after another, never knowing that one day some person would pick it up and say, I can use this. This will help me out. All of his formulas and principles people have used to this day, but he did not live to see the benefit of it himself. He just paved the way. So when you see all these things, The Secret, as far as I'm concerned, the bleep, and all the quantum physics people, they are standing on his shoulders because he wrote the books. He put the stuff out there. He put it into the universe, and they made good use of it. And so, what does he really say? Wallace Wattles talks about universal mind underlies and permeates all creation. He talks about the thought process of visualizing, and this is what he said: you must know what you want and be definite. You can never get rich or start the creative power into action by sending out uninformed longings or vague desires. So if you sit there and say, boy, I sure want a car. I want a car. And then when you get that 1984 Beetle, you're going to be upset. Because you're going to look at somebody and say, that's not the kind I wanted. But were you specific with the universe? Okay? Or you might say, I just want me a good-looking man or a woman in your life. I just want somebody that looks good. And the universe sends somebody to you, and he is handsome or she is beautiful. She can't cook, she can't wash, she can't iron. She don't even know how to answer the phone good. But she pretty. He don't know how to find a job, he don't drive, and he don't know how to write no checks because he don't have no checking account. That's not what you asked for. And then you go back to the same church that you prayed to get this wonderful man, and what do you say? Lord, get this man out of my house. I am so tired of him. Okay, now, Rhonda Byrd starts talking in The Secret. I'm going to move from Wallace D. Wattles to her. And she talks about, and she says, what you see is that one who speaks of prosperity, it is evidenced by the prosperity around them. So you see that they're prosperous, okay? But what she didn't say is one who's filled with anger, you see them filled with confusion too, okay? But we're going to keep it positive, but it works both ways. If you fill yourself with love and joy and hope and prosperity, you'll go one way. If you sit there and go, you late, y'all in for some good fun, okay? Because somebody's already built up a negative defense, so you don't want to go that way. She's talking about staying in the way of joy, happiness, building a foundation that is on the law of attraction, because the law of attraction is positive, but you can swing it either way, whichever way you want. Because you're supposed to be standing in a positive vein. Who are you? Aren't you God's children? Aren't you children of the light, blessed, supplied, and sustained by the light of God that never fails? Is that light not shining through you? Who do you see in that mirror, Marie? Do you see me? You see you. That's a smart girl. I like that answer. Okay. Now, so therefore, you know that whatever you're thinking, whatever seeds you're putting out, whatever you're doing, is in direct correlation with what? What you're thinking. Nothing is a coincidence. Do we believe in coincidence? No. We know that that law is responding to your thoughts. Whether you're remembering something from your past or whether it's something right now that you're focusing on, you are attracting whatever your mind is focusing on right now. So are you ready? Yes. You ready? Yes. Okay, let's move on. Now, if you're ready, you know that sometimes people play roles, right? They play roles of what? The victim. That's what I was listening for in those ladies' stories. I thought they were going to come up with, how could she do that to you? I was waiting to hear it, but it never happened. That's why I said times is changing. So you don't want to be the victim, right? You want to be the director, the producer, and the person in charge of your life. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. Now, I am going to move on and give you a joke because you guys are starting to look at me like, give me a joke. Okay, so I'm going to do this. There are three buddies, and they're in a car crash. They were out partying, maybe at the club you were at, I don't know. I was asleep. I was at home in bed. But they were partying, they were in a car crash, and they all go to heaven. And they're in heaven's orientation, okay? And they are all asked, when you are in your casket and friends and family are mourning upon you, what would you like to hear them say about you? And so the first guy says, I would like to hear them say that I was a great doctor, one of the greatest of my time, and a great family man. He said, okay. And then the second guy says, I would like to hear them say that I was a wonderful husband, a great school teacher, which made a huge difference in the world tomorrow because the students were taken care of. Man said, mm-hmm. And so the last guy replies, I would like to hear them say, look, he's moving. It's not too late. He's moving. He's coming back. Elaborate. He wasn't. Oh, okay. So the last guy said, I would like to see them say, he's moving. He's moving. He's waking up. He's getting up. He's coming back. He's getting out that box. He's back with us. It didn't say all that, Dolores. I did add to it. I'm just having fun up here with you guys. Okay. And so I realize my time is growing short, but I'm going to say, here's the truth. The law of attraction is always working, whether you admit it or not. The question isn't if the law is working. The real question and the key is it working for you or against you? How are you using it? Okay? Now, there are 5 steps I'm going to share with you. Still got that pen and paper handy? Let's go. Okay. Number 1, decide what you want. Number 2, visualize in great detail. Remember Wallace Wattles. Number 3, remove resistance to what you are focusing on. Number 4, take inspired action. Oh, you remember The Secret. The lady went down and got in that car she wanted. Boom, boom, boom. Walked through that house you might want. I don't know. In terms of relationship, I guess you might want to read Steve Harvey's book. I don't know. Anyway, and number 5, let it go. And keep in mind, whenever you're talking, that in chapter 18 of the Science of Mind text, it says what about the law of attraction? You are surrounded by a sea of thought. Thought is all around you. Be careful what you think. Guard your thoughts. Guard your thoughts, okay? I want you to know this day that, repeat after me, I am a child of the light. The light of God never fails. I am blessed, supplied, sustained, and uplifted by the light of God. So I ask you right now, are you ready? Yes. Because if you are, Louise Hay says, and I'm going to say that in closing, Louise Hay says that all you ever need to do is think of your thoughts as seeds. The seeds that you want to bring into your life. So you plant those seeds in your mind, and she said it's not going to happen tomorrow. It might happen tomorrow, but it possibly might not. But you keep on planting love and nurturing those seeds. And ultimately, it will take a turn. I can share this with you. I remember being in a class years ago where the minister asked us to take these seeds home and plant them. They were supposed to be flowers or plants or whatever. And she told half the class, I want you to go home and curse your plants. Say any and all things you want to say to them. And the other half, she said, I want you to show your plants love. Fortunately, I have the loving plants. And mine grew and grew. The ones that were being mean to the plants, seed said, forget you. I can stay in my shell. And they did not come out. So I'm just saying, nurture it, give yourself and those seeds love. Don't expect it to happen overnight. Don't judge yourself, and please don't beat yourself up. It's not going to get you anywhere. Okay? Take the high road. Remember Michelle Obama. When they go low, we go higher, right? Okay. Also, remember, it's an inside job, and only you can do it. And so is the lesson, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Cooney. You look so wonderful and gorgeous. Can I give you my tithe? I thank you, Mr. Cooney. Put your offering over your heart and say, Lord, divine inspiration of all that there is, I give thanks for this abundance that is mine to share. And I see it moving forth, blessing AOL and allowing our church to grow with love, peace, joy, and light. And so it is. Okay. All right. You and Cindy are the singers of the church. You want to come up here and sing, God, you're the center of my joy, you too? Come on. And Sheila, you're a singer too, right? Okay, come on, you ladies. This is not my thing right here, so I'm going to move this out the way.
know all of you guys enjoyed this lesson today. I could hear it with what you were saying back and forth. We all participated. So let's give Reverend Dorothy Watts another round of applause. Thank you so much. And now we will call back to the podium again, our own Sherwood Sledge.
The Spirit of the Lord comes upon my heart. I will dance like David danced. When the Spirit of the Lord comes upon my heart, I will dance like David danced. I will dance. I will dance. I will dance like David danced. I will dance. I will dance. I will dance like David danced. Oh, I will dance. I will dance. I will dance like David danced. When the Spirit of the Lord comes upon my heart, I will pray like David prayed. When the Spirit of the Lord comes upon my heart, I will pray like David prayed. I will pray. I will pray. I will pray like David prayed. I will pray. I will pray. I will pray like David prayed. In solitude I pray. In solitude I pray. In solitude I pray like David prayed. When the Spirit of the Lord comes upon my heart, I will sing like David sang. When the Spirit of the Lord comes upon my heart, I will sing hallelujah like David sang. I will sing, sing like David sing, sing. I will sing, I will sing like David sang. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, do 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 do. Oh, do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, now. If you want to give God the victory, come on and wave your hands with me. Come on. If you want to give God the victory, come on and wave your hand with me. Come on, come on, come on. I went in the valley and I didn't go to say, my soul got happy and I stayed all day. Hallelujah. Come on, come on. Raise your hand with me. Hey. And I didn't go to stay, but my soul got happy and I said, hallelujah, praise his name. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, Spirit of the Lord comes upon my heart, I'll tell you, I'll dance like David danced. When the Spirit of the Lord comes upon my heart, I will dance like David danced. I will dance. Oh, I will dance. Oh, I will dance like David danced. I will dance. Hey, hey. Dance like David danced. I will dance. I will dance. I will dance like David danced. Dance, dance. I will dance like David danced.
Thank you, Sherwood. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, happy birthday to you. Birthday coming up next week. Amanda Shipman's birthday's coming up. Dorothy Watt's birthday just 2 days ago. All these birthdays in the house. Happy birthday to all of you. These birthdays, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And now we shall have Miss Yolanda Holliday to do the announcements. Thank you. Oh, Mary! Happy birthday, Mary! Wow! Thank you. Happy birthday.
Good afternoon. We thank you for attending today's celebration, and I know you have been inspired by today's lesson. Today's lesson CD is available upon request. If you are interested in purchasing a CD, please see me, and I can assist you in your purchase of CDs and also inspirational books that we have on the table for sale for half price. You can become a member of the Art of Living Church of Religious Science by completing an AOL member card and giving it to Reverend Joan J. Cox. Please join us in our daily prayer at 7 p.m. Our prayer circle continues to be very important as we pray for those on the prayer list and anyone requesting prayer. We know that with God, all things are possible, Matthew 19:26. Before leaving today, feel free to visit our Sunshine Committee table and pick up some inspirational material that will help you throughout the week. The material is free, however, we do welcome donations. There will be a meeting of the AOL Women's Group immediately following today's service. Let your love and light shine today, and know that if the only prayer you ever say is thank you, that will be enough.
Before I go into the visioning, I just want to welcome back Miss Sadie Gibson. We love you, Miss Sadie, and we miss you when you're not here. We truly do. We do. And to thank Jane Ann Jeffries for joining us again. We miss you as well. Okay. And so now it is our visioning time. And I'm going to make sure that all of you get a copy of the visioning statement that was written by Reverend Dr. Dolores Story that I do so much love, and I share every chance I get. And so let us turn within, knowing that that love and light of God is surrounding us, allowing us to just know that the home, the perfect place for AOL has already been prepared. We know that the Art of Living Church is not merely a place where we go to seek God, but the gathering of those souls who become conscious channels and dedicated instruments of the divine. We affirm and declare the hearts and hands of this community are the foundation of a successful church. It is through our divine hearts and hands that this Center for Spiritual Living continues to develop as love and light in this world. Every resource required now manifests perfectly for and through the growth of this center, its participants, and the greater community. Meanwhile, we encourage others to come to visit, to join, and participate in our service and activities. The perfect building or space we are seeking is seeking this congregation. It's right there for us right now. We acknowledge and know without a doubt divine right action is taking place right now, for we know there's not a spot where God is not. We welcome with love and compassion the most benevolent outcome for the Art of Living Spiritual Center. We know this to be so. We give thanks, we just let go, and we say, and so it is. Okay. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Okay. Thank you so much, all of you. Okay, so you know you have homework, right?
Yes.
You're going to declare what? Ephesians 3:20 all throughout your life. You're going to see your day opening up and breaking forth in a new way.
Yes.
So before we leave today, I'm going to say the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us.
The light of God surrounds us.
The love of God enfolds us.
The love of God enfolds us.
The power of God protects us.
The power of God protects us.
The presence of God watches over us.
The presence of God watches over us.
Wherever we are,
Wherever we are.
God is,
God is.
and so it is.
And so it is.
Go through that door, show up and show out, and have a great day.